7. That's we have 5 boys, 2 girls, and I've lost siblings due to sickle cell. 2 siblings, my immediate older sister and one of my eldest sisters. I think the second one, they are twins. So one died and the other is still alive, married, and then she's not a sickle cell patient, while her twin was a sickle cell patient. And you know, we only have one brother now who is a sickle cell patient at the moment, who is the only one alive. So some happen to be sickle cell patients while the others are free from it. And why is because we all know that if you have parents who are father and mother who are AS, find out that the chances are some might have the sickle cell while some might not. So that's what happened for my own case. And I would say, you know, it's not been an easy experience, you know, treating the sickle cell patients, especially my elder brother who is alive now. There are moments where, you know, he goes under crisis, and you know, those situations are not funny. For anyone who is out there that's, you know, taking care of sickle cell patients, you know what I mean. I mean, they find it very hard to sleep. They are under pains, you know, and you literally feel the pains. You will literally feel it. There are moments where, you know, all they need is for you to be hitting them at particular points. They show you where to keep hitting. You know, you have to keep doing that. And when you are reducing the pace or the level of the hitting, they keep demanding for more. You know, sometimes the pains are in different places, and you have to, at the same time, simultaneously hit different places, you know, for them. You get to, you know, put yourself in their shoes and understand that it's quite painful. You know, they have drugs, but then sometimes it seems like the drugs are not working for them, you know. And, you know, there are moments where you have to stay awake. I mean, if they don't sleep, you don't sleep. So for caregivers, I would say we are like nurses. You are like a nurse. And what nurses do is that they give care, they give hope. Because sometimes they will hold you so tight and tell you they are about giving up. They will tell you they will tell you last words, you know, it seems like last words. They tell you that, man, if they go, this and these are things that you need to do. You should please just know that they love you and all, you know. So sometimes you just feel depressed too, but you have to be strong. For every caregiver, I would say what you need is strength. And you need to be a hope giver. You need to be a carer, somebody who cares. So I want to say that it has not been an easy experience, but of course, it's very good that we stay close to them, that we give them the required and demanded love, because they are everything we have. And we shouldn't tell them words that will hurt them, because of course, you know, some of the things they will tell you that will hurt you are from pains. You know, they are from pains, they are from the pains they are experiencing. So you have to, as much as possible, always be relaxed, always be patient with them. You have to always be kind to them. You have to always give them that required time and attention that they demand. You know, some of them are very stubborn, I will have to say. I've met quite a lot of them, they are very stubborn. You know, but what should we do? What we should do is that we should always be patient with them. We should know that some of those things they are doing, it's not, you know, it's not because they desire to do those things. No, it's because of pains, it's because of situations, sometimes it's because of stigma in the society, you know, they feel unloved. So we as people who are very close to them, at least related to them by blood, should be able to, you know, give them that love that, you know, probably the society are not giving them. We should be their first love givers. They say charity begins at home. So we should always give them that warmth of love that they need from us. If you are handling these people, you have to be strong. You have to try. Even if you are not, you have to just try and be strong. Because you are going to face things that, man, you think, you know, you should give up on taking care of them. You should just go, you have your life to live and all, but no. You have to be very strong. That's the first thing. Then secondly, there are drugs that you always need to give them and ensure that they take them at a point. But he grew up, he's over 30 now, so he doesn't take that anymore. And of course, recently he had an issue that he lost so much blood. I think they said his blood was about, is it 8%? And we had to rush him to Plateau Hospital, do some blood transfusions, and they are always stubborn, so he demanded for discharge, and they had to discharge him from the hospital. But he had some transfusions, I think about 3 piles of blood. So those are little things that, and we were with him in the hospital all through. He kept disturbing us, he wants to leave. So all we need to do is to always be giving them hope, giving them encouragements, giving them, medical advices. That's when we hear from the medical personnel, we always remind them of these medical advices to keep them. There are rules that you have to keep. You don't have to stay cold. They should always keep warm when the weather is cold. They should always take their drugs when they need to. They should avoid going to some places when they are not strong. So these are little things that we always need to remind them. So when we are around them, and we ensure that we are telling them this from the place of love now, from the standpoint of love. Tell them that it's because I love you that I want you to still be strong, to still be alive for me, and all. So if you are a caregiver out there, you know that there are times you definitely run out of patience because we are human. They demand serious time, especially when they are under crisis and all. They demand serious time. So at times I feel, no, I need to sleep, or I need to have some space for myself. But you have to be there, because if you go, they probably might not have anybody that would be there with them or for them. So you going is actually going to cause more psychological damage to them, because apart from having that sickle cell, anemia and all, they will start feeling depressed and all. They will start feeling unloved, and that's very bad and terrible, because you end up adding up to their own situations and circumstances. And I've seen where maybe due to crisis, they go out of school and they end up maybe repeating a class and all. Then you see a situation where younger siblings go ahead of them, and it somehow affects them. So we always need to let them know that, okay, this is not the end of it. Hope now comes in again. You have to always give them that hope that, okay, it's possible. You can do it. There are people that I know that have done it. You show them things, show them movies, show them materials out there, that give them books that they need to read and know that, okay, there is hope for me. There are people who are sickle cell but that have gone far, that are on global platforms at the moment. And then for parents that are showing that, for me, I would say personally, I've seen how my parents have invested their time and resources and energy, and all, on these people. So I want to encourage every parent out there to always show the same kind of love to, their patient or their children. You have to always show them that love, that maximum love. They need it, especially from their parents. Do not abandon them. Sometimes they will tell you that they just need you to be around. No, just be around them, that's all. Don't go anywhere. And you have your life, you have work, you have things, but you have to sacrifice. So, we have to always show them love. Yeah, even though she passed on when I was a little bit young, very young. So, I was a kid, but of course, as a kid too, there are memories, that she was always there with her sister. That's for my own sister, The twin was always there when she needed her. She wasn't really going down per se. Like when her sister was sick, she's always strong. It's believed that, the sick, when she's sick, this one falls sick too, but no. She was always strong, and she's still alive, married, healthy, and strong. That's the twin, But for the time that I knew that her sister was around, she was always there for her and strong. Yeah, I would say, please do not gamble. We don't gamble with life. These are lives you are trying to gamble with. It's the future of some people. So if you find out peradventure that, these people, you are heirs and heirs, no matter the love, it's out of love that you even need to separate. It's because you love each other and you do not want to harm yourself or harm the children. For the love that you have for your future children, please do not gamble it. Do not take it for granted. Do not take chance. So I would say, if you are heirs, please, for the best of yourselves and for the future children, do not gamble it. Just let go. There are better people ahead, of course. Not like you don't love those people you are living, but there are better people ahead for us. So please, it's love that you separate and tell yourself the truth. I will feel so terrible. I will feel so bad, because I think in their professional ethics, they ought to be caregivers. They are nurses. They ought to be hope givers to these people. So as much as possible, they should try and give people hope rather than, cause some derangements and all. They should try and just, speak hope and speak life to these people. So if there are people out there, medical personnel that are, speaking down on these people, they should try. Or I'm advising that they should change. It's not good. I think what is right is better than human rights, because if you say liberal rights now, people have rights to live for themselves. But it has caused us more harm than good over time. AS has caused us more harm than good. So I don't think we should be considering human rights, because you can give somebody an unrestricted freedom and he will go to his doom. He end up being destroyed, dead. So how have you helped that person? There's no human rights when you are dead. Human rights is only when you are alive. So let's help these people, to be alive. Let's help people to keep lives, because humanity is better than anything, than rights. So, well, for my brother, I would say for the most times, that I've seen him, he has had relationships. He's still currently in a relationship and planning to marry at the moment. And I wouldn't say I've seen him or he has told me at any point that, somebody has rejected him because, of his condition. They know. He often tells them, like the last time I said we were at Plateau Hospital, there was a lady, his fiancée. She was there with him. She slept over, she knows that this is his condition. And she's willing to go into, marriage with him. That's encouraging. So I want to advise anybody out there that give them that kind of care. Marry them irrespective. That's if you check yourself, you are AA perhaps, or you are compatible. Please, go for them. Love them. Marry them. I want to say it's advisable that everybody should go as soon as possible to know his genotype. You don't need to wait. We don't need to wait until we are getting married. That's one of the things that has caused us harm, because if you are going to a relationship, one of the primary things you need to know is what's your genotype. Before she says yes, those little things, those little moments you are using to know each other, try and know your genotype. Don't just know the best food of the person. Don't just know the best colors, what do you like, your hobbies. Those are not primary. I think our health is very primary and key. So we should know our genotypes even before starting relationships. So that will help a lot. It will help us go a long way to help ourselves, because at the beginning you might not really be deep into the relationship that you say you cannot end it. So that's a very key point. So our genotypes should be able to let us know whether we should continue or start the relationships or not. So please, I would advise that everybody should go out there, know his genotype. It doesn't cost us much to know that. So let's go and do that, do the needful. The place of faith. Faith without works is meaningless. That's what the Bible says, right? And I think almost cuts across almost every religion. Probably, I don't know for Islam and other religions, but how can you have faith and risk life? How can you have faith without works? Because you have to balance it. Okay, I have faith, but you have to put in some action to it. And the action behind the faith is that you have to do the needful. You have to go and test. Okay, you have faith, but there are things that you need to do. Don't just go into relationships or marriages just like that, saying, I have faith that my children are going to come out clean. They are going to come out without it. What if they don't? So we have to balance it. Faith with works. Faith with deeds. So that we have a meaningful life ahead. My name is Joseph Gatis. I am mostly known as Jigs Gatis, which is my stage name. I'm a spoken word artist and a writer, also an entrepreneur. So I think we should stop seeing sickle cell patients as walking corpses, because they are humans like us after all, and they are people just like us. It's just a condition, it's just a situation that they found themselves in that they did not intend to. So we should try as much as possible to see them as human as we are. And we should try as much to love them just like we can love any other person. And we should try as much to stop stigmatization of these people. It doesn't help.